Yes, sir. Petty Teddy. A problematic series. Previously on Petty Teddy. Education is something that
there should be opportunity for everybody to have a chance to make something of themselves. And the education system in the United States is fashioned in a way that does not allow black and brown people to educate themselves and receive proper education.
Affirmative action, what's that?
Affirmative action gets more white women into college than anybody else. Affirmative action is a tool.
What was it made for?
We put the onus on black people to solve their own oppression. We as black people have to get away from the mentality of, and you mentioned it in the script and you mentioned it when you first talked about it, we have to get away from the mentality of, I got mine, I don't want mine to go to somebody else.
That's
right?
capitalism, man.
Right,
that's always going to be.
And that's what we need to get away from.
You can't get rid of capitalism.
The way
yes, you can, because I've seen other countries do it.
The United States has something called exceptionalism. We think that we are the epitome, the end all be all. Our ego is too big to say that we're going to get rid of capitalism, what we're built on in the Pilgrims. The white people are not going to allow it. So we might as well accept it, man. Overall.
But see, here's my thing. Here's my statement. The way we have survived in this society, if you look at the history of African Americans in the United States, and if you look at our cultural and ethnic ancestors back in the motherland, the way we survive, the way our people thrive, is through a communalist mentality. Is that when we created,
you get yours.
Right, when we create a community, and we build it together.
That. But guess what? Who's the majority right now? Who's the minority?
You just told me that.
Who's the majority? Who's the minority, brother? Of course, we can plant the seeds.
But let's address that right now.
But think about it.
First of all, look this up, because this messed me up when I was a kid. Statistically, they tell us being black and brown people, that we're the minority in America, right? If you look at the government census and what classifies as white, what classifies as white is people from Europe, obviously, but also people of Latin American descent from certain countries, people from Northern Africa, so that includes all of the Arab population of Northern Africa.
European blood.
People from the Middle East
European
are also
blood.
classified as white.
European blood.
Certain people from certain parts of Africa. No. They don't have to have European blood. That's
But
the wild
everyone
part.
you name has European blood, though. It's just
Northern Africans?
Arabs. What do you? Yeah, that's Europe. That's Europe. That's basically Europe. That's
Arabs
the Middle
are
East.
not-
The Middle East is like Southern Europe, basically.
What?
If
No,
you
it's
think of
not.
it, yes, basically it is. Look at the map.
Genetically, they have genetic relationship with
we
European
put that
people.
we
No,
we put a
that's
label
science.
on it.
That's
Okay,
science.
okay.
Their genetic
Continue,
markers
continue.
are completely different
Continue, all
from
right.
Europeans.
Go ahead.
The point of that statement is that we have to start asking the questions: are we truly the minority in this nation when so many people can be classified under the term white? Secondly, we're already the majority in the world. There are more black and brown peoples in the world right now. But to the greater point at hand, we as a people, and I think the black experience has really been summed to this, is that whenever we come together as a people, or whenever we get close to coming together as a people in ideology and in strides to do good things, the systems that exist in this country make sure that doesn't happen. Prime example, if you look at the literature and rhetoric of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X towards the end of their lives. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were on a collision course to move their movements closer together in ideology. If that would have happened, we would have saw a black-headed movement that covered racism, gender politics, as well as classism. That was such a big threat to the system that Malcolm X was killed by the CIA.
Exactly.
And Martin Luther King was killed by the FBI.
Exactly.
Look at Fred Hampton from the Black Panthers. Fred Hampton took the Black Panther ideology to the next level and said, not only do we want black power, we want all power for all people.
The thing is, they don't care what color you is.
If you love life, don't ever let it waste, y'all. That's why you gotta make love, make peace, make noise, make art. Let me get a soul clap. Can I get a soul